Are we roll? Welcome to Take a Sip podcast. I guess this is week 2. I have a very special friend here tonight who I have all the love and gratitude and respect for, Dr. Elise Kramer.
Hello.
Doctor, how are you?
I'm great now.
Did I insult you walking? First of all, you look beautiful.
Thank you.
And I said you look professional, and you said, I'm not going for a professional look tonight.
Well, I've been in Miami. I'm professional.
This is Take a Sip podcast. What, are you kidding me? Take a sip, baby. Take a sip of life, right? Meal, a glass of wine. What else do you want? I'm pumped. Take a sip. Happy that you came here to spend time, and you're going to share your life with us tonight. Salute.
Salute.
Take a sip. There we go. Take a sip.
Wow. That's good. What is that?
I don't know. But the guy was like, listen, I think it's from Sicily. Let's see where this one is from.
God bless.
Dorgali. Does that ring a bell?
No, not to me.
Me neither.
If it wasn't on the White Lotus, I don't know about Sicily.
Listen, have you seen the White Lotus?
No, I feel like I should have FOMO though.
I think you have to see it. You've been to Sicily, right?
Yeah. No, that's like one of the places I haven't been.
Remarkable.
Yeah.
I had a 3-week trip there a few years ago. Drove the whole country, and it was like lights out. Absolutely to die for.
I mean, I've been wanting to check out Palermo for a long time.
Oh my God, it's so good. Now the show I think takes place, Palermo or Taormina, either one, Taormina.
And Palermo.
Oh my God, you're gonna die.
I know it's like to do. It's just I feel like that's a whole trip in itself.
I went
know
for
what I
3
mean?
weeks.
Yeah,
You can't.
you
That's not
it's
something
such
I'm
a big.
100%.
Italy is so small, but there's so much to see. Like,
Well, it packs a punch.
wild. Yeah.
You could like land basically
Anywhere.
anywhere and be
it's
like
a different world wherever you go.
seriously, like one town
It's
to the next.
fascinating.
It's like
it's absolutely fascinating.
it's unbelievable.
And you can go back to the same city and have such a different experience.
Absolutely.
wild.
Absolutely. Now it's so funny. We're such close friends, and I might know the answer to this, but you're raised and born in, is it Montreal?
Yeah.
Yes, that's
You
right.
got it.
I
Yeah,
got it. I remember
Montreal.
now. I know
Yeah.
the beautiful blue eyes. I got it. For some reason, there's a lot of gorgeous brunettes with blue eyes. It's not very common.
But we're not, my mom's from Morocco.
Okay.
And my dad is
Oh my God!
from-
First of all, congratulations, Morocco.
Oh my God.
I mean, to get to the Final Four of the World Cup.
Honestly,
Like,
we
yes,
were-
great job.
I gotta show you my victory dance after.
I'm ready
I
for
mean, I'm
it
not
now.
gonna do it, but I'll show the video. 'cause
Fine,
it was in the
fine.
moment.
I don't know. I think everybody
It's
would
gonna
like
be
to see
hard
the
to
victory
replicate.
dance.
No, but honestly, I've never been like so proud of Morocco.
Yeah.
But I'm half Moroccan. My dad's from here. He grew up in Miami, so
And his background is what?
he's American. He was born in Jersey, grew up in Miami, and
Okay.
then went up to the Northeast.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And how did your parents meet? How did this get created? Tell
they
it.
were like-
How did this get created?
They were set up. My mom's cousin married one of my dad's colleagues from medical school.
Right.
And they met at the wedding, but it was kind of a setup. They were put at the same table, and then
And who's responsible for the setup?
I guess
Their friends, cousins.
my dad's friend who was marrying my mom's cousin.
I
They're
mean, can we get lucky like that? Like, what is the issue here? Like, everybody's got a great love story. They're like, what's yours? I'm like, I'm
my
still in
God.
South Beach, doing a fucking podcast.
Aren't
Holy
we all?
shit. And, aren't we all?
I mean, listen.
Aren't we all? Unbelievable. And then you're raised in Montreal.
Yeah.
And you left to go to college, or you stayed there and
No,
went to
I
college?
studied over there, and then
Right.
I did my residency here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And your exact specialty, tell everybody what
So
it is.
I'm an
exact-
optometrist.
Right.
I specialize in ocular disease, like ocular surface disease specifically.
Right.
And contact lenses.
Give us, for the layperson,
Yeah.
some ocular diseases that we would know of that you
Okay.
treat.
Super common today.
Yeah.
Dry eye.
Yes. Like, so destructive, though.
I mean, very much so.
If you have dry, like, you can't live a normal life with dry eyes.
People suffer.
Suffer.
And then other things like allergic conjunctivitis, which is huge in South Florida.
Is it really?
Yeah, there's so many allergies. I mean, Miami's like a sewer. Like, that's just people come in with so much swelling.
I mean, I'm from Jersey, so I can't really say much about. Can't really knock Miami on that one. You know, they call Jersey a sewer, but it's not. Jersey's great. We know Miami's great, but I know exactly where you're
And
coming
you know,
from.
like rarer things like irregular astigmatism, like
Right.
stuff like that.
Right.
But,
And you studied in Canada? Or you
yeah,
studied here?
and University of Montreal in
wow.
French.
In French.
In French, my university, all my classes were in French.
Oh boy,
And then I had to.
that's crazy.
So I came here and I got a residency at Bascom Palmer, which is downtown.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had to learn all the abbreviations in English and everything in English, like how to do an eye exam in English.
Stop it. So
And
your
then
first language is French.
Yeah, I speak French with my mom and
Okay.
English with my dad. So
Wow.
I get to Bascom Palmer ready for the first day with all my English stuff. And then I realized that no one here speaks English at all.
At Baskin Palmer?
All the
Spanish.
patients. Yeah, I couldn't communicate. So all this work. So then I decided to learn Italian.
My God, is that right? Yeah. I mean, it's such an advantage because, and it really is impressive. I say this every time I meet you and see you. I'm like, hey, I love you. You speak 5 languages, and you laugh at me because I literally have enough like problems with English, for Christ's sakes, and you know. I speak my broken Italian, which is pretty good Brooklyn
come on,
Italian.
it's better than you say
No,
it.
posso parlare in italiano.
No,
Sì,
parli
certo.
bene,
Grazie, grazie. But it's amazing that, you know, you came here, so you spoke English and French, and that was what, 22, 23 years old?
Yeah, and I learned Hebrew in high school.
All right, so you had 3.
I had
That's what I'm
3.
saying. You are a language machine.
Yeah, I love it.
Well, you're amazing at it, and it's like it's kind of in your bloodstream.
I think it is.
It's amazing that we can learn such amazing things reflexively when we're younger,
Oh my God.
right?
Yeah, it's
so.
like now it's so much. I feel like it would be so much harder than 5 years ago. Imagine in
know.
5 years.
Well, listen.
But it's never too late, honestly.
No, I had a beautiful Italian tutor 5 years ago. And, you know, but still, I would tell you, it wasn't like that reflex.
No.
Like math for me growing up, it was like bing, 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 bing,
Oh
bing,
my
bing.
God, that's why it's so important.
I know.
If you want to do it early.
I know. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
But-
You're so lucky. But it
I
is never
am.
too late. I agree with
No,
that.
it's never
too late. Never
if
too
you
late.
want to learn a language, an instrument, anything like that, it can be done.
Yes. So you went from Hebrew, English, French, moved here and learned Spanish.
No, I learned Italian first, which in retrospect, I
Well,
don't
how
know.
did that happen? Well, did you just
I-
wake up one day? You're
I
like, all right,
finished
you know
my
what?
residency, and residency killed me.
Right.
And I was like, now I have a little bit more time. And I was like, if I die tomorrow
Right.
and I don't know how to speak Italian, that's a problem for me.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know.
So you were like
fell in
27
love.
years old, and you're like, well, of
I-
course
yeah.
you love Italian. She loves
I was
Italian.
23 and I was like, I need to learn Italian.
Italian,
And so I
yes.
signed up at Società d'Antialighieri, which is in Coral Gables.
Okay.
And I did every Friday. I wasn't working on Fridays, and I would go for 2 hours and learn Italian.
And you did that every week.
I did that every week, and then I got invited to speak in Sardinia in front of about eyes.
If you guys don't know, Sardinia is one of the most beautiful places on
another
God's
beautiful
green earth.
place.
Like, that's a jewel. That's a crown jewel. So you got invited to go speak.
And then when you get invited to speak in front of people, like, you got to know your shit.
Yes,
And
you do.
it's like learning on steroids. So I took like intense classes, and then I came back pretty much like fluent. And then I was like, I should have probably learned Spanish. That probably was the like smarter thing
Like
to do.
I don't do that. Like I wake up, I'm like, I think I'm just gonna watch the Jet game today. You're like, I'm gonna learn 18 languages in the next 19 weeks. Like it's craziness. It's so impressive.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun.
So what made you get into this field? I know you love people and you want to help people. What attracted it to you? Was it, the dynamics of it, or what about the eye?
So that's a good question. Actually, my whole family's doctors, my dad, my uncle. So it was always like medical field. It was never
Right.
like business law in my family.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I always wanted to be a physician. But what happened is when I was applying, my mom got a tumor behind her eye. and she started seeing double. It was a benign tumor.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah. But she started seeing double all of a
Right.
sudden. And so I would go with her to all of her like doctor's appointments, and she ended up getting radiotherapy and getting it like shrink pretty small.
Right.
But it got me really into it.
Absolutely.
And then I interviewed, I got in, and I've like completely fell in love with it, honestly.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, not that you're, you
No,
know, mom,
but,
but it's
you
what an
know,
amazing path.
Yeah.
That something like that would happen to your mom.
Honestly,
and
yes.
that became your calling in life.
Honestly, yeah, it would just happen like that. And
Wow.
I find like so many things in life just
Right.
happen, and like there's you just fall in the right place.
Yes,
like, at
yes,
the right
I agree.
time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
Yeah.
What was life like for you growing up as a teenager? Could you imagine Dr. Elise
Oh
Kramer
my God.
as a teenager? Now you have siblings?
So I have two brothers.
Okay.
My older brother's a year and a half older than me. So
Okay.
we partied really hard. Like,
Man, what's wrong
the
with
thing
that?
is,
Honestly, I want to take a sip to that. Anytime you say the word party on the podcast, let's take a sip. Take a sip, baby.
Just keep the microphone a little further away from your mouth.
so
Good.
She's a professional. She spoke in Italian in front of the whole Sardinian consulate.
I don't even think
She's
that
good.
I don't even think that she's an eye doctor. I think she just got off of work. You know?
I mean, you could pass for like Spanish for sure.
maybe if I get sick of,
Yeah.
Latin. For
Yes,
sure.
absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah. So, yeah, the legal drinking age in Canada, as
Is
everyone
18.
knows, everyone here knows that because they take
18.
road trips to
Right.
Montreal and Windsor and all that
Right.
to drink. So we started going out when we were 16. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
It's always 2 or 3 years
Yeah,
earlier.
absolutely.
And we went out like in the summer almost every day. In the winter, it's so cold in Montreal.
Yeah.
But in the summer, it was like Monday this, Tuesday that. Like every day there was like a program. And
I'm
we
so
went out.
disappointed. I've never been to Canada. I've never
You need
been.
to. I can't believe you've never been.
Well, we're gonna take a road trip to Montreal.
Oh, absolutely.
It's not a road trip.
Maybe
We're
not
gonna
a
fly.
road trip. Maybe
Yeah,
a
let's
road
not
trip
get
from New
crazy.
York. to
Yeah,
Montreal.
not even. Straight direct, Miami to Montreal. Let's go. Okay.
Yeah, let's do it.
So, all right. So you were a party, but I feel like you were studious.
Yeah,
in high
I
school.
never
like
let
you
it
had good
affect-
balance.
Yeah, I felt
Right?
like there was a point where my grades were kind of suffering, and I was like, no, like get your shit together. And then I became more nerdy.
So
But
I feel like, and this resonates, but very self-motivated.
yeah,
Like you
Yeah.
are very, you have very good what I would call internal combustion. You're
Never
able
heard
to,
that.
yeah, you can internally combust on your own. You could put two sticks together and create a fire within your own body. I think that's very impressive.
I mean, I was born like I started playing piano when I was 4, and so I don't laugh at me, but
I'm just saying, you grew up in a great house. Like when I was 4 years old, my dad like, here's a bat, go hit someone in the middle of the street. I mean, that's what we did in Brooklyn and New Jersey. Like that was it, you know?
So I've always been like such a competitive person.
Right.
And so I just like, I don't know, I've always tried to succeed in whatever I do. It's always been like some self-motivation or internal combustion, as you say.
Right. No,
But-
I love that. It's like, and it never dies.
No.
You know, like I hope to be this way, like our whole lives.
But later in life, I feel like it becomes more of a competition with myself rather
Okay.
than others, and I feel like that's like the healthier way
Absolutely.
of doing it. Do you know what I mean?
You know, it's so amazing that you would say that because I think a lot of society today has fallen into this trap of competing with other people.
Of competing and comparing
Right.
and imitation, and it's just, it's toxic almost.
That's a perfect word.
So I had to like shift my mindset, which is something I still work on because I was conditioned to be so competitive.
Right.
But I feel like I'm in the right direction.
You are definitely in the right direction. Come on, please. By next week, it's going to be, I speak 11 languages. She's like, I hope I'm on the right track. I think you're doing just fine in life. I mean, people are going to watch this podcast and be like, she thinks she's on the right track? What fucking track does she think she's on? I'm on the wrong fucking track. So as life has gone on, for you and you're doing all these just incredible things and, loving people, taking care of them, loving yourself, what are some of the things that really help you stay motivated?
That's such a good question, because at one point, even this year, I felt like, just so excited to get out of the office.
Right.
And now it's kind of like I have this new motivation that I found. And I feel like I just realized that I'm so lucky to have what I have, that patients come to see me and not someone else.
Right.
And that is just like something to be grateful for. And I just kind of realized that. And it helped me motivate myself to care more and listen more. And I feel like people just want to talk and be heard.
Right.
And that's like a big part of any type of care, not just eye care.
Right.
But just actually listening to what they have to say and seeing what I can do to make a change in their life, because that's ultimately why they chose me. And so that's like kind of my goal with each patient.
I'm so glad that we're recording this, because whatever you said, I'm going to memorize that. Like, I'm just sitting here like, holy shit.
I mean, don't
it's the
get
best
me
explanation I've ever heard about what motivates you in life.
Don't get me wrong. There's still like ups and downs, good days and bad days,
Of
days where I'd
course.
rather like be in bed and watch Netflix.
100%.
But, I feel like just have to remember like that I'm there for a reason, and I need to be grateful for it, because some people don't have work, and some people never got into medical school, and some people never were able to. And I just feel like it's something that I need to be fortunate about, and there's always something to complain about. So it's looking at the positive aspect of it, even on the hard days.
Man, I really don't have much more to add to that. I want to highlight, though, you saying amazing things, that be thankful for what you have.
Yeah.
A lot of people, they walk around this earth thinking about what they don't have.
Oh my God, it's so easy to complain.
It's crazy. And I'm around people, and it's not even just a financial thing. It's an emotional thing, or a physical thing, or a communication thing. Be thankful for what you do have. Yes, always work on your weaknesses, but always be grateful for the strengths that you have.
Simplest things, like we can walk, we can
I know.
drink wine.
I know.
Is this a moment where
I agree. We're going to take a sip to that. God bless you, Doc. You're the best. I love you.
this wine is really good.
God, I'm so happy to be here with you. Really sharing life with you. I mean, we know each other, I don't know, 3-4 years now. And, we had that, compatibility. Yeah, we're like, hey, you're a new buddy. I love you. I love you.
So excited when
Same, and what people don't know, and what I'd love to ask you about, this is a extremely talented and multifaceted woman. I mean, you really are today's woman. You are dominant, very dedicated. In addition to being an incredible doctor and speaking 5 languages, you're also a singer.
Yes.
It's like a real singer. Not like, hey, this is not singing in the mirror type shit, guys. All right? So so how did singing, how did you get into that part of your life?
So like I said, I was playing piano since I was 4.
Right.
And then I did it very competitively.
Right.
I was doing, I was ranked, and I was doing all these competitions.
This ranking in piano? That's unbelievable. Like, that's so cool. That's so cool.
But at one point, I was 14, and
Okay.
none of my friends were doing this. After school, I had to go home and play. There was always a competition, and it was so stressful. And I have a little bit of performance anxiety, and it was just so much energy. So I just lost motivation for it, and I said, let me try singing. And I started taking singing lessons, and I loved it. Of course, the style was different. I play classical piano.
Sure.
And the vocal stuff, it's all popular, because that's what I vibe with most.
Yes.
And then after I kind of went back and did both. Not that I do both together, because
Right.
they're such different genres of music.
Right.
But I play piano now, and I also sing. And then I was
so beautiful.
It was so weird, because people ask me to play often when there's like a piano there.
Yeah.
And I was playing at a July 4th party.
As a teenager.
No, like a couple years ago.
Oh,
and
okay.
these 2 producers were there and just asked me to come to the studio. And then
Of
we
course they
started
did.
recording together. And then, I mean, I never had the intention of taking this to like a monumental fame type of level, because I find that
Well, you're already famous in my eyes. So if the rest of the world sees it, which I hope they do, because they'll be more motivated to make a change and a difference in other people's lives as well as their own.
Yeah, I think one thing as performers, and you perform as well, it's so nice to be able to share it with people. Like, it doesn't have to be a grandiose stage with like 500
Exactly.
people. But just having people appreciate it is just really meaningful. And so I recorded stuff. I sang like the national anthem this year actually at the FIU game. And
That's
so little things
unbelievable.
like that. Yeah. That
Did you get, because I know when I go to perform comedy, and I'm doing comedy 15 years, I still get a pit in my stomach.
Oh my God,
Like,
absolutely.
I'm walking on stage, I'm like, dude, why? I just want to go home right now.
I never don't get nervous.
Oh,
it
but
just
you know
doesn't
what?
go away.
Ever.
But I feel like it keeps you on your toes at the same time.
I think that's the fuel for our fire.
Absolutely.
And then I don't know about you, but I'm sure that you go through the same roller coaster I do. I would say about 6 seconds in, after grabbing the mic,
Yes.
you're like, oh, this is the greatest
when you start
day.
getting the feedback.
Oh my God, it's just so amazing.
And then you just feel so alive.
Yeah. So how many people did you sing in front of?
So this was a stadium, which was really challenging because of the echo.
Yeah, the acoustics. Were there good acoustics? Like, how did you think you said? Could you hear yourself when you're singing?
Yeah, that's the problem, though.
Right.
Because you hear it and you kind of have to block it out and sing.
Oh, my God.
So it went really well.
Amazing. Of
that
course
was a
it
big
did.
stadium.
I'm not like, really?
And then earlier this year, I released kind of an EP, which is a smaller version of an album.
Really?
Yeah. And
Do you want to sing a little a cappella right now?
I would love to.
Go for it.
All right. Let me see. I lost my voice last week, as you know.
Yes,
so
you
it
did.
Might be a little rusty.
So, yes, I'm sure you know your voice.
Bésame, bésame mucho, como si quiera esta noche la última vez. Bésame, bésame mucho, que tengo miedo a perderte, perderte después.
I mean, are you kidding me? I can't believe you're standing over that. Holy shit. You are ridiculous. Oh, my God. I don't know if I want to cry or cheer or give you a hug. You're unbelievable. Are you still taking voice lessons now?
So it's on and off.
Right.
If I have a gig that I'm doing, then I'll go a little bit more kind of intense on the vocals.
Right.
Just to practice breathing, exercises, warm-ups.
Right.
But if I'm taking a break, then I like to take a break and just practice by myself.
Wow. When is the last time, I like to switch gears, because we're on such a high right now. When is the last time you had real failure in your life, and how did you handle that? Failure.
Like what type of failure?
See what I'm saying? She's like, I don't fail. No, of course we do. I don't know. Like, maybe it was a failed relationship or...
She's not paying for a therapy session.
No.
Why not? No. What I'm saying is, here's why I'm asking you this question. You are one of the most successful people in the world, and you don't get there by having all positive experiences. There are a lot of bumps and bruises in the road. And people, when they encounter a lot of these obstacles, they quit. And you didn't. I know you had obstacles in your life. So maybe I'll rephrase that and say, when is the last time you had a serious obstacle in your life, and how did you overcome it?
Well, 5 years ago, I got divorced. And that was...
Okay.
Yeah.
How long were you married for?
I was married for 7 years. I got married when I was 21, which
God bless you.
was a huge mistake. I don't believe in mistakes. I believe in things that we learn from.
Right.
And I don't believe in failure either.
Right.
In the sense that I do believe that everything happens for us to
For
grow.
a reason. Yeah, for sure.
Like the best analogy I can come up with is when you go to the gym and you feel like you can't go anymore. And you're failing.
Right.
It's actually, that's where you build muscle. That's where you see change.
Right.
And so when you go through an obstacle like that, or when you go through a hard time, that's where you grow from. And I'm a different person now. I'm a better person now.
Absolutely.
But it was challenging. It was challenging because we have a son. It was challenging because there's a lot of emotions there.
Right.
It was challenging because I don't have family here, and I had to kind of go off on my own, but it was the right thing to do. And sometimes the right thing is most difficult thing.
Right.
And whereas the wrong thing sometimes is the easier way. Wrong, as in something that doesn't lead to better life.
You know, it's amazing. All of the things that you've accomplished in life, and the most important role in your life is mom.
Yeah.
How is motherhood? I mean, like people are gonna watch this and be like, and she's a mom too? Like you look amazing. They're like, and she had a baby? This is ridiculous.
Honestly, it's such an amazing thing, and
To your son.
Thank you.
To your son, and to overcoming obstacles in life. Take a sip.
It's a wonderful.
That's good. That's damn good.
It really is.
I think $25 bottle of wine from Italy. Like, are you
my
kidding me?
God.
The Italians
You can't
we
go
do
wrong.
it right.
In Italy,
We
it
do
would
it
be,
right.
In Italy, it would be €9.
I know. That's like it's crazy.
Yeah.
Wait till you go to Sicily. It is like you're gonna have a feast. It's gonna be the greatest thing you ever put in your mouth, and you're like $30. Why? I don't
Yeah,
just
it's
like
wild.
yeah,
And
like
here that would be 100.
yeah, 100 would be like 7,000 across the street here in South Beach. Please. Anyway, how's motherhood?
Listen, motherhood is amazing.
Shit.
I think having kids, to those who can do it,
And
is,
you were a young mom. So you
Yes.
had your son at 25?
No, 27.
27?
I waited a bit because I wasn't ready. I had to finish
Waited a
school.
bit, 27.
Listen, I don't know.
27,
I felt old. Like, it's weird
Really?
in Montreal. Yeah, it's
Okay.
so weird.
Okay.
But now I feel super young. And
Yes.
I'm 34.
Yes.
So.
Yes. You are really like Superwoman. I mean, it's unbelievable. Like, I know. Can you, if you ever wanted to pan up to that, we got the Hulk up there. We got X-Men, Fantastic Four, Spider-Man, Thanos is up there. Anyway.
But yeah, motherhood is honestly an amazing thing. I think one piece of advice I can give mothers is to always think about yourself first before your child. And the best analogy is like, on the plane, everyone uses this, but the oxygen mask comes down. You're supposed to put it on yourself before your child. It's the same thing. You can't take care of people if you can't take care of yourself first. Same thing with patients.
Absolutely.
So if I'm not good,
of course.
if I don't feel fit and healthy and I didn't, sleep or whatever is going on,
Right.
I can't properly take care of someone. And I think that's essential for motherhood.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, that is so well said. What are the things that you're doing when you look at your pie of life and you wake up in the morning and you see Dr. Elise Kramer in the mirror? What are the things that you do to take care of yourself so that when you do go to take care of your son, when you do go to take care of your patients, you're whole? What does that look like for us?
So I like doing a little bit of mindfulness in the morning.
Yeah.
So I'll get up a little bit earlier than he does.
Yeah.
And
What time does he get up?
So he gets up when he's with me.
Yeah.
He gets up at 7 and I get up at 6:30. So
All right, 6:30s. Is 30 minutes enough? I feel like you need like 18 hours to prepare. Like, this fucking kid is waking up now. Holy shit, let me get ready for this.
But you know what I mean? So I do read like a few things that get me boosted for the day. And then
Reading books or just inspirational quotes?
Yeah, I like to pray in the morning.
Good.
I like to read inspirational quotes.
Nice.
And then I'll shower, do my skin routine because that's important for me.
Nice.
Makeup, get dressed, usually scrubs unless
Right.
I'm working out.
I mean, you don't really wear a lot of makeup. I've seen you with
no.
zero makeup. Like, you're flawless.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. That's a reflection. Your skin is a reflection of how well you're taking care of yourself.
So I do
Yeah.
like to take care of my skin, and then I'll wake him up, get him ready, go, and then usually I work out before I go to the office.
What
if
kind of
I can.
workouts are you doing now? I know when we I don't know. We went to the beach a few weeks ago, and she's like, she had a cheeseburger, and then she's like, I'm going to go play tennis. I was like, who goes to the beach, has a cheeseburger, and is like, I'm going to go play 3 sets versus Serena? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like,
Tennis is like my favorite sport.
I can imagine you're so good at it, too.
Oh, it's so much fun.
Yeah, you're so much
to
fun.
watch, but also really to play. Cheers.
Cheers. I can never take a sip without saying cheers to you.
Salute.
Salute. You having fun?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can tell. Isn't she the best? She's the fucking best.
Mesmerized.
Trust me, so is everybody else.
No,
Yeah.
but it's like, okay. I have this.
Go
thing.
sit on the couch.
I can't because I gotta be.
Okay.
I have this thing where like, we're so living here, and this sounds very shallow, but you're so used to like a Miami girl, right? And to sit here and hear you talk about, you speak all these languages.
Agreed.
You have
I know, it's
Hispanic
crazy.
degree,
I know.
You're tops in your field. You sing. You're a mom.
However, I think
like I'm waiting.
we have.
I was really bored of it.
I think Miami gets a bad rap. We are an extremely diverse, eclectic, very intelligent city. And I think we're the same as every place else. There's all different kinds for all different types, So,
The silver lining.
the silver lining.
It's a little bit of everything here.
So it's Pilates.
Pilates.
That's a
is
lot of
my-
core. That's core.
Honestly, that has been life changing.
Does that help with your singing at all? I'm just curious.
It does.
Yeah,
Actually,
it's got to
that's
be.
a great question.
Right?
Yeah. It's core.
Yeah.
Honestly, I've never felt better about myself
Right.
until I was doing Pilates.
Besame mucho. Doesn't. We don't sound the same, but that's okay. So Pilates is big for you.
Pilates is my go-to, and then
Got it.
tennis. I like to horseback ride also.
Oh wow.
But
Do you have any animals at home?
No, not yet.
Yeah, me neither. Me
But
neither. I can't. I
no.
just got Ronnie G coming over.
Honestly,
That's like my
but,
Saint Bernard that comes through.
If I was working remotely, I
Right.
probably would because
Yeah.
I feel like it's great to have someone there.
Yes.
And like taking care of an animal. But I feel bad getting a dog and almost selfish. The dog is what I would want. If I can't go and walk it during the day or like be there. Do you know what I mean?
Well,
So-
listen, when you're a professional and you have all that time to dedicate to other people,
It's
yeah,
hard, yeah.
There are some I feel the same way.
And I don't want to bring a pet to the office.
No,
either.
you can't. That's so.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it's.
So
I get
know
it,
some
but
people
no.
do that, and I'm not judging, but I'm just
It's like, hey, we're
a
taking
bit
care of people
weird.
here. You know,
Yeah,
let's
like
keep the
it-
dog at home.
exactly.
Yeah, I agree. It's not a. We're not a veterinarian office here.
No,
you know,
exactly.
We got, yeah,
That would be
yeah,
a bit different.
You know.
Yeah.
Have you had any real challenging cases lately with some patients, or have you had an amazing breakthrough with a patient where you were like,
Yes.
oh my God, like this is just amazing. What an amazing feeling that is.
So this year, there's this patient. He works at Publix and he bags groceries there. And he's had this issue, this deformation of the cornea, which is the first layer of the eye. It's called keratoconus. And
Keratoconus.
yes,
Okay.
and that's one of my specialties.
It's keratoconus.
Yeah.
So we'll explain that really in layman's terms.
So basically, the front surface of the eye, before the colored part, there's like a clear layer called the cornea.
Right.
And sometimes people are born with a gene that causes a deformation of that layer.
Got
so
it.
even with glasses or regular contact lenses,
Right.
they can't see well. And it doesn't matter what the number is, it doesn't help them because it's so irregular.
Right.
So what I do is I fit these custom-made contact lenses that are rigid. So they go over the irregular surface and they create like a smooth surface.
Right. Right.
And this video is actually on my Instagram, so I'll share it with you. But you can see his reaction when I put the lens on, and he was able to see like his skin,
Like first time in his life?
like for the first time in 20 years.
Oh my God.
And his reaction is just priceless.
Oh,
And it's just moments like that
yeah, great job.
that just motivate me so much, and my staff.
Yeah, absolutely. To have somebody come in with a deformity pretty much
Changing someone's life, you know.
permanently. Like, oh, you're amazing. God bless you.
Vision, it's like, I think it's probably the most important sense that we have.
Yeah, I mean,
And obviously I'm biased because
right.
I feel
No,
just
I
feel
mean-
like vision is everything.
I mean, our heart has to go out to people who can't see. I mean, think about waking up in the morning, you know? And of course, there's people that don't have the vision that are so talented and making a difference in the world. But wow, it is a hard disability to overcome.
What do you think is more important, hearing or vision?
Vision. Vision.
Vision, because if you can't see, like it's like you don't experience life the same way. Obviously, you could say that about hearing as well, but I just think vision, like being able to move, you know, because you need vision to walk, you need vision to touch, you need vision to, I don't know. So I just feel like it's such a basic sense.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And it's not to take anything away from people who can't hear.
of course,
You know, I mean, that is also,
senses are
I mean,
essential.
I know, exactly.
If I had to pick one,
I would say
definitely
vision.
But we have two eyes.
Right.
which we see a lot.
Right.
But,
Right.
yeah.
Remarkable. What questions do you have for me? Do you want to ask me any questions? What's up?
We're at 40 minutes.
Really? Oh my God. I mean, I know you're going to chop that up. I mean, whatever. I mean,
Just let me know. Yeah, I can go on forever.
I know.
You guys have
I have a few. Actually, I have a few more questions. You're such a beautiful woman. How's your dating life?
Honestly, it's fun.
There you go. There, I love that. It's fun.
Like,
Dating should be fun.
it's so much fun because
I agree.
you meet people. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Right.
Sometimes it works for a bit.
We start talking about dating. I'm like, let's fill up the glass. We got a lot more to go there.
Don't take it too seriously, and obviously that's easy to say from someone who's already checked off the marriage and kid off their list. So I can't speak for people who are my age
Yeah.
and like still haven't achieved that.
Your age now is 33.
I'm 34.
34.
But thank you.
Yes, you're welcome.
And I just feel like, people who haven't achieved that yet maybe have a little bit more pressure or stress.
Right.
And I feel like because I don't have that, it's just fun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I feel like you take off the pressure. It's just like whatever happens.
I think we all should have faith in the path.
100%.
Faith is the key word. The harder you hold on to something, the less attainable it's going to be. And
In Spanish, they say, cuando no buscas nada, todo llega, which means if you don't look for anything, everything comes to you. So when you just focus on yourself and you just become like the best version of yourself, and you
Yeah.
attract everything.
absolutely, I agree with that. So well said. And what characteristics in a man do you desire? What are some core characteristics when you say, hey, if I'm going to date this man and really get involved with this man, what is it that you're looking for? And you could say nice ass. That is okay too.
Physical thing. For sure, physical is
Yeah.
going to be height and hair for me.
I like that.
But
Damn it. I like it and I don't like it.
what do you mean? You look great.
No, you're like height. Jesus Christ, I'm only 5'7", damn it.
That's still taller than me.
Is it really? I know. We look good next to each other. Come
Very.
on. You're what, 5'4"?
I'm 5'4".
5'4". Yeah.
5'4 and a half.
Yeah, I got it. I'm 5'7", 5'6" and 3/4. Anyway.
But I think
So
more
spiritually,
personality
yeah.
qualities would be they have to make me laugh.
Yeah.
That's number one.
Absolutely.
Generosity is key for me.
Yeah.
And just being chill. Like I don't like people who are too like wanting to know what I'm doing all the time because I have so much going on and it's
Right.
just a lot for me
Right.
to feel like trapped. Do you know what I mean? I feel like that was a big part of why things didn't work out for me before, just because I felt a little bit kind of like tied up. You know what I mean?
I think the core thread of what we all should be looking for in a partner is some independence and emotional stability. We all can waver back and forth. We have our bad days, blah, blah, blah. You get used to your partner. You understand one another. But wow, emotional stability, when you're someone where you don't know what side of the bed they're waking up to in the morning, that is a tremendous challenge. You know?
100%.
I'm sure I've done that to some of the women that I've dated.
I mean, but also, it depends who you're with. Because
True.
People can bring out bad qualities in you just because they, I don't know, press the wrong buttons.
Right. I agree. I agree.
It depends who you're with.
Yeah.
If it's a right combination of things, then you make each other kind of the best version of each other.
Right.
Push each other to succeed.
Absolutely. And you got divorced 7 years ago. 5. Have you been in love since then or not yet? All right, I know. And we all are looking for amore. Amore. That's amore. To ride like a big pizza pie. That's amore. But I feel like you are definitely. Take a sip. Really is good. I feel like you are. You are a hopeless romantic. You are a romantic.
Yeah, I feel like everyone is. I just feel like there's some things that are romantic that we don't think are romantic. For example, like two people just showing up for each other or constantly like being there for each other. To me, that's romantic.
Right.
It doesn't have to be like the fancy candles, like
Right.
champagne,
Right.
private boat.
By the way, thanks for the bottle of champagne tonight. Shot me a bottle of champagne. I'm so, like, thank you so much. God bless you. You're the best.
But yeah, I think that there's a lot of romance in little things.
Yes. Even the way you say romance. It's like so beautiful. I think I'm gonna go for like accent lessons. Like I think I need to do that. It's like I wake up in the morning, I hear myself talk. I'm like, oh God, dude, again, we're going through this again, another day. You know, it's like day 15,000. It's enough of this. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm a romantic. I think we're all, we all want that love, that affection, and I agree with you. The most loving romantic moments are the simplest ones. But it's great to be over the top once in a while, and right, and just get like yeah, just go all. You look at you, you're like, you bet your ass it is. But that's part of the fun of it,
But everything in moderation.
100%. Everything in moderation, and it that goes for, both partners, in whatever capacity,
About your dating life, Alex.
You know,
Everyone wants to know.
my dating life is amazing. I feel the same way you do, It's always fun. And I think, again, when you're really holding on to shit really tight, then, like, it's not fun. Like, definitely hopeless romantic. I've fallen in love at the first sight every damn day. Why not? Like, what else is life about? Look, yes, there is the physical, but there is the spiritual, the mental, the emotional, the communication. I mean, I've been in situations where I've met a woman, and not that I didn't think she was beautiful. All women are gorgeous, depending on, whatever the chemistry is. But one of my first real loves, Puerto Rican woman who I met in college, I met her my very first day of college. I was 18 years old. We were the close. I never thought about hooking up with this woman or dating her or anything. She had a boyfriend the whole way through college. And then our last semester, I had a party. It was around Valentine's Day. I was drunk. And out of nowhere, I just said, hey, look, I think you should break up with your boyfriend. Let's go out. I just really started to feel this
More than just friendship.
deep affection for her. Like, even, yeah, of course I was turned on and all those things, but I wanted to be with her. I desired, she made me a better person. There's no two ways about that.
And that's the thing about relationships. It's all about the emotional connection.
Definitely.
Physical is important.
Yes.
But it's not everything.
Correct. It's like one of those tricky things where, if you have it, it's no big deal. If you don't have it, it's kind of a deal breaker. So, but it can't be the entire pie. Like that wears off.
It does wear off.
Yeah, it just wears off, So,
It would take all the downs to have the ups.
same.
If you look at a heart monitor, it's a straight line if someone's dead.
Yeah.
It goes like this.
Yeah.
Alive,
Yes.
right? You know best.
Give me that.
And it's full of ups and downs. That's what
I know.
a fun life is. That's what a complete life is.
I agree.
It's not just stability and everything.
Right. It's a little instability. It is a little up and down. How can we make this work? So, guys, if you're out there, Dr. Elise Kramer is available. Maybe. We'll take a sip to that one. Oh, my God. I don't know. I think this is amazing. I'm so grateful that you came here to share your life with us, what makes you tick, who you are as a person, how you affect society, how hard you work on yourself, effortlessly. You're not straining in any way. You're not stressed. You're not overwhelmed by life. And your plate, more than anyone else that I know, is completely full. And you're juggling so many things. Again, you're a doctor. You're a mom. You have fitness. You're a singer. You speak 5 languages. That's my favorite one. Speaking 5 languages. I look at Ronnie G's like, please, let's end this. I'm so miserable right now. I think, I know you are one of the most impressive human beings I've ever met. And to be able to share life with you, have a really deep-rooted friendship and connection with you, I'm forever grateful for that.
I feel the same way.
Yeah.
I'm so honored to be here.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
more honored for your friendship.
I love you. Thank you. Guys, take a sip. I couldn't be happier right now. Life is amazing. God bless you. Besame mucho. Well, this was an amazing experience sharing life with my friend Dr. Elise Kramer. We've been close, friendly, and intimate, over the, last 2, 3, 4 years. I feel like we're closer now after having this like amazing powwow. I think the beauty of this is really sitting and looking at someone in the eye. How funny I would say that, and really getting to connect with her and knowing what makes her tick as a human being. And I'm so proud to be your close friend, and I'll always be here for you. And I know you're always going to be there for me. God bless you. God bless you.